Welcome back. It is Thursday, September 5th, and the MLB. Our three best bets are on the way. It is Austin, joined by Logan. Let's dive into a recap of yesterday. Logan and I really, man, we just want to throw something. Eric Getty's over 2.5 earned runs, probably call of the year. That was so sweat-free. He gave up 9 in the first inning. We love that. Rangers ML, pretty sweat-free. They tried to choke that in the ninth. If they somehow choked a 10-2 lead, I don't know if Logan and I would be here the rest of the year. You'd probably see us back in April. But luckily, they came through. My couple plays lost. Nats, Marlins over 8, ended with 7. If we got a run from the Nats in extra innings, we would have cashed that one. A parlay of the day lost was the Guardians. Only scored 1 all game. We needed 2. And the Athletics' first 5, team total over 1.5, basically summarized our season. They scored in the first inning. Then they got second and third in the 5th. They got a sack fly, and the guy didn't feel like tagging up. Yep, thanks for nothing. Obviously didn't score then. And what did they do? Scored in the 6th inning. It's tough. It's been a tough season. Logan and I are grinding through it. But you know what? We're going to dive into the picks today and keep putting a smile on our faces, even though, man, it feels like everything goes wrong for us. Logan has a good day. I can't have a good day. I have a good day. Logan can't have a good day. We just can never. And then, God forbid, we both have bad days. Boom. It's a reverse sweep. It's just been a season from hell, to say the least. But hey, we're going to keep diving into things. It is an NFL day, Thursday Night Football, Ravens Chiefs. I posted my best bets video before yesterday. I also have the ladder challenge returning. So a lot of good things going on the channel. We need to get these baseball season turned around in the next few weeks. And I certainly think we can do that. So we're going to dive into the picks. All those things are linked down below if you want to look at what we're betting on the NFL for Thursday Night Football. But we don't have a parlay of the day, so I will dive into my first pick of the day, which will be a money line. And I'm rocking a jersey for them. I'm rocking the Astros, and I'm taking them on the money line, minus 140 on Fanatics. Now, personally, I would play this I'd play this up to minus 160. I think the Astros should be way more juiced today, like minus 180. I just love their matchup tonight. This is not tonight. This is an early game, 1:10 p.m. Eastern start. Now, obviously, we talked about the Astros yesterday. Logan faded Eric Getty and faded him to success as he gave up 9 earned runs. It's kind of been a theme of the starting pitching so far in this series, as the Astros have lost both of the first two games of the series because Justin Verlander didn't really give them much, and then Eric Getty basically nuked the game from the start. However, I really like Hunter Brown today. You look at Hunter Brown on the season, 3.55 ERA and a 1.29 whip. We know Hunter Brown in the beginning, the first few months of the year, the bro was rocking like an 8 or 9 ERA. People were like, this guy stinks, but he's clearly figured it out. Since June 1st, 16 starts, a 2.12 ERA, and the Astros 12-4 in those starts straight up on the money line. So they've been really good with him on the mound. And what he's great at is inducing soft contact. There's a reason Logan faded Eric Getty, talked with the hard contact that he gives up, not a lot of ground balls, and it worked beautifully because if you're not getting ground balls and you're giving up hard contact in Great American Ballpark, you're going to give up a ton of runs. However, Brown, 77th percentile in ground ball percentage, 92nd in barrel percentage, and 98th in hard hit percentage. So he's limiting that hard contact, getting some easy ground ball outs. He has the strikeout stuff, so if he does happen to give up a double and maybe we need a strikeout to get out of some innings, he can do that too. But I'm anticipating him getting those ground ball outs, and I think there's a reason why his outs line is 18.5. Now, on the flip side, we can't just have Hunter Brown pitch a gem. We need some Astros offense to show up, and I'm confident they do today after they basically pulled Altuve, Bregman, Jordan yesterday early. Today they'll face Rhett Lauder, who was the 7th overall pick from the Reds in this most recent MLB draft back in 2023. Now, Lauder's only made one career start. It was last week, I think 7 days ago. He went 4 innings pitched, 2 hits, 4 walks, 1 earned run. So pitched decently against the Brewers. The Brewers recently in the last few weeks have not been able to hit a lot of righties. In fact, they've really crushed lefties, but not done well against righties. We kind of saw Sonny Gray carve them up yesterday. Last 14 days versus righties, Houston, 12th in batting average, 8th lowest K rate. So if they're able to put the ball in play on a guy that they obviously have never seen, feel really good about them being able to do something against Rhett Lauder. And you look at its outs line, Rhett Lauder, it's in at 14.5. So clearly, they don't expect him to go very far, and there's no reason for the Reds to push him in this start, given they aren't really playing for the playoffs this season. So look at the Astros trying to avoid a sweep here. I don't think they've been swept in several months. I think they step up here. I think we have the starting pitching advantage. Then we get to the bullpen. Houston, last 14 days, a 2.75 ERA for the bullpens, 6th best. The Cincinnati Reds, 26th at a 6.12. So a very clear bullpen advantage. Sure, they didn't get much out of Eric Getty yesterday and did use some bullpen arms, but the high leverage guys like Abreu, Presley, Hader, those guys should be ready to go and ready to pitch here. And that's kind of what you need. You need Hunter Brown to go out there and throw us 6 innings. If he wants to go 7, go for it. and then we'll throw it to the high leverage arms to take us home. And hopefully we don't even need those high leverage arms because we're up like 10-0 and it's a no sweat winner. So I really like the Astros to avoid the sweep today. Is it juiced? Yes, but I don't think they should be minus 140 on Fanatics. I really would play this up to about minus 150, minus 160. I personally think this should be closer to minus 180 or so. Even almost consider took their minus 1.5, but I'll just take the Astros on the ML today. But Logan, I'm throwing it to you. You got another prop? I doubt it will be as sweat-free as Mr. Arrighetti, but where are you going today?
Yeah, no, it's not going to be as sweat-free as yesterday. I had probably the call of the season with Spaghetti getting rocked. This one's an outs prop, so we got to sweat it out a little more. It's Taj Bradley of the Rays, over 16.5 outs, minus 115 odds on DraftKings is your best value there. Now, this game is an early start time as well, so definitely if you want to tail, get that bet placed. Taj Bradley, we need him to go. We need him to get 17 outs. I mean, if he wants to get 6 innings pitched just for a little extra insurance, I'm down for that as well. Taj Bradley, like I faded Arrighetti coming off a masterclass, I'm actually backing Taj Bradley coming off his worst outing of the year. 2 1/3 innings pitched, 8 earned runs to San Diego. I mean, he was BP, and we obviously can't have that today. But prior to that, he had 2 straight starts of 6 innings pitched. I think this is a bounce back, spot for Taj Bradley, pitching in the early start time where sometimes the bats come out a little bit sleepy. Hopefully, we see that from the Minnesota Twins today. Also, what I like about this bet is that the Rays have shown the ability to keep Taj Bradley in there even when his best stuff isn't there. Because I mentioned he went over in the past 2 starts prior to that disaster. He gave up 5 earned runs and 3 earned runs in those prior 2 starts when he went 6 innings pitched. So it's not like he was absolutely cooking and they left him out there because of that. 5 earned runs. A lot of managers, will sometimes yank the pitcher. They didn't yank Taj Bradley in that one. So hopefully there's a few different pathways where we can cash this one. I don't need the Taj Bradley masterclass. I like it, but I don't need it. And I think Taj Bradley still stays out there and gets it done for us. If you look at it, Taj Bradley's prop lines today and make it look like a bounce back day is on the horizon. It's got a 6.5K prop, which he has not hit consistently. I mean, every now and then he'll get 7Ks, but it's not as consistent as you think. Obviously, he's got a 4.5 hits allowed line, which he's over that line in 5 straight. So maybe that's free money. I don't know. But it sure looks like he's actually going to miss a few barrels today, because if you're looking at the advanced stats for Taj Bradley, some of his worst, most concerning stats, and the reason why he's gotten lit up recently, are his barrel percentage and his hard hit percentage. I mean, we don't care about hits for this bet. Obviously, we like him to limit the hits, but I still think that 4.5 hits allowed line is telling. It's telling that he should be able to miss a few more bats today. And he's got that 2.5 earned run line with plus money on the over. Again, he's been soaring over that recently. So the props at least are giving me a little bit of faith that Taj Bradley does have a bounce back day. I like his matchup. He's still elite in strikeouts, 76 percentile in K percentage. A pitcher like him, when he is dialed in, can definitely get the swing and a miss and can have an efficient outing. That's what we're asking for today. He's also pitched well in day games. I mentioned this one's an early start time, 3.14 ERA and a 183 batting average allowed during day games. Taj Bradley hopefully goes out there. Maybe he just likes seeing the sunshine, not in the trop obviously, but he likes the sun shining in those early start games. And then we look at the Twins. They have not been crushing right-handed pitching recently. Last 14 days versus righties, Twins 17th in batting average, 22nd in OPS, 21st in WRC plus. Look, the Minnesota Twins are hard to figure out. Some days they show up, some days they don't. In this early start time, I like Taj Bradley to have an efficient outing, get 17 outs for us, and cash this bet. I love it as my best player prop of the day. But Austin, wrap up the video. What's your third pick?
So this is a pick that Logan and I kind of saw eye to eye in the full game. I'm going to end up going more first 5. It's going to be a 2-leg same game parlay. I'll talk about it right now. Here's the 2 legs. It is Brian Wu of the Mariners under 1.5 walks, parlayed within the same game. The Mariners in athletics under 5.5 first 5, minus 120 on DraftKings. Logan and I really like the full game under. I feel like if they're going to score 6 runs in the first 5, the Nukas here, then we're probably cooked on the full game under at 7.5. Let's just hope Wu can control the strike zone and not walk 2 guys, which I'll talk about why I like that as a little in the same game parlay a lot. Now, obviously, yesterday, scene of the crime. Hopefully, Wu doesn't get absolutely rocked by the A's, but it would be on brand. And if he can still get rocked, heck, just don't give up 6 runs in the first 5. Get rocked in the 6th inning. We don't care about that. But like I said, Wu's been really good, and I think this is a lower scoring game. Wu, 2.3 ERA and a 0.81 WHIP. He's been awesome. He's thrown 6 or more innings pitched in 6 straight. He's very efficient. And why I like the under in walks, he's 100th percentile walk percentage. He doesn't walk guys. 17 starts this year. He's walked only 2 or more batters only twice this season. He's walked 0 batters actually in 10 of those 17 starts. So he's been really good, just like George Kirby yesterday, who struck out a ton of athletics, and I anticipate him striking out some of them. But look, that's the guy that commands the zone. Brian Woo's even better than George Kirby at commanding the zone. And what I also like is that over the last 14 days, the A's lowest walk rate in the MLB versus right-handed pitching. So look, they aren't taking walks. I saw that yesterday. They were swinging out a lot of pitches out of the zone to Kirby. And this is a guy in Woo that will throw him strikes. He's going to throw mostly his fastballs at their way. So they're going to have pitches to hit. I just think it's the guy that can manage that contact because 97th in barrel percentage, 87th in hard hit percentage. So this is a guy that's really good at getting that soft contact, which is important against an A's team that is always swinging for max hard contact. They're swinging for home runs, doubles, and stuff like that. Hard to get that against a guy like Brian Woo. I think he pitches really well. Now, hopefully Woo doesn't give up 2 walks and pitches well. It gives us a shot at this first 5 under at 5.5, which the regular line's like 4 or 4.5 really juiced. We also need Joey Estes to pitch pretty well. Logan and I have talked about this guy plenty of times this year. On the road, you fade Joey Estes. At home, you can kind of back him. At home this season, he actually has identical numbers to Brian Woo's season-long numbers. 2.31 ERA and a .81 WHIP. He's been awesome at home. Only a 188 batting average allowed. In his last 9 starts, even though he's had some on the road, he's also pitched pretty well there. He's only allowed 3 earned runs once in the past 9 starts, 2 earned runs or less in the other one. So, look, if he can give us another quality outing like that, we can even afford a 3 earned runs as long as Woo's not giving up 3 by himself too. I really think he could pitch pretty well. He has pitched twice against the Mariners, both early on in the season. This team has obviously had a pretty big overhaul on their roster, but in both those outings, he went 5 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 6 in the third, and only 0 earned runs. So, look, I like him to get the job done. We know the Mariners just put up 16 runs yesterday. Typically, like the fade offenses that just had an explosion the day before, and I think Joey Estes can use that aggression to him. If you look at the last 9 righties to face the Mariners, only Osvaldo Bido gave up more than 3 earned runs. So, look, you look at his other props, Joey Estes, typically not a big strikeout guy, so he gives up the hits. His hits allowed line, like Taj Bradley, he's at 4.5, and his walks allowed line is a juiced under 1.5, like a -150 or worse. So I think he pitches well. I think Brian Woo pitches well, and I think Brian Woo goes under those 1.5 walks too. So I really like this play. If you can't take walks, just take the first 5 under, but I like taking the Woo in there and buying us an extra run because I don't see Woo walking 2 guys to a team that just does not walk, unless he doesn't have command, which if he doesn't, then he's probably giving up a lot of runs. We're probably losing the first 5 under as is. So those are our 3 favorite picks of the day. Like I said, no parlay of the day. We still have a parlay, but it's actually going to be an NFL Longshot parlay, which we'll tweet out and post to our DubClub and YouTube members and things like that. It's the NFL season, so if you want to go check out our NFL picks for Thursday Night Football, I'll link it on the screen. We also are running day 1 of the ladder is back. I'll link that YouTube short on the screen as well. It's going to be a great Thursday. We're going 3-0 in the MLB today. We're going to see you guys back again with the Brooms tomorrow morning. We'll see you guys then. Peace.